2014, I had a bad wilderness experience and I hit rock bottom. I lost everything. I got mad at my ex-husband. I ran my car into his car and I was on probation for like 3 years. And in that crazy time in my life, that's when God called me to ministry and he told me to start writing books.
Mm.
So since 2014, I just been on fire for God, running to God, and I got married again. I got two kids. I'm also a publisher. I'm an insurance agent, and I think I published maybe about 100 and plus Christian magazines. So that's a
Mm.
little bit about me in a nutshell.
Oh man, a little bit about you. That's a lot. Like you say, sometimes, as you were saying, alluding to earlier, sometimes we have to go through some things in order to see what God, is trying to
Yeah,
take us to. Because, like you say, running to God now, but it has been times and points in our lives that we probably have been running from God and running
yeah.
from the calling that He had on our life.
Yeah, so my favorite word in the Bible is rejoice because
Hmm.
I spent a life of just crying, being depressed. I remember just being chronically depressed. And I remember praying, I said, God, I don't want to live anymore. And I actually heard him speak to me. He said, it's not your time to die yet. You got work to do. So just hearing those words, it broke off depression off of me because I remember I used to make my room dark. I used to lay on the couch all day and just cry. But the
Hmm.
Bible tells us to rejoice always. So that's how the brand came about, just rejoicing. And it's essential. And I'm a publisher. So Rejoice Essentials. So that's how that came
Hmm.
about, just thinking about being happy. No matter what we go through in life, we
Yeah.
can think positive. We can just, clap and just find something to smile about. So I always try my best to rejoice. Always.
Yeah, say, today is the day that the Lord has made, and I shall
Yes.
rejoice and be glad in it. Just said
My
that prayer
favorite
for
scripture. Yep, my favorite.
hey. Uh so in addition to everything else, you're doing, you mentioned earlier that you're a licensed agent in say 20 states. What's that's like?
You're 20 plus states, yes. So it keeps me pretty busy. I like the fact that I feel fulfilled helping people because I work with mostly seniors. And when people get a little older, maybe they're on Social Security, that's really what they're depending on. They get
Hmm.
that monthly income and they don't have a lot of money for groceries or dental. But here I am with these Medicare Advantage plans and these plans. I'm like, hey, I can get you some groceries. I can help you get your utilities paid. So in the
Uh,
midst of all that, I can talk about God sometimes if they're open to it. I can
yeah.
just be myself and I can help them get groceries and they're so happy. So I'm feeling fulfilled. And then also life insurance in general, that's something that we need because in my family, on one particular side of my family, um, it was so sad. Like I had so many people die in my family, didn't have no insurance. We had to
Mm,
get together, get a little money to cremate that person that passed away. So I know the devastation of not having any insurance. So I try to just stress that point, like, hey, $20 a month or $30 a month, you can have something, so it
yeah.
doesn't be a burden on the family. So I feel like it's part of my assignment and I feel fulfilled doing it, that I'm helping people because, we all need insurance, whether it's car
Hmm.
insurance, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
on our house,
House.
health
Yeah.
insurance. I
Yeah.
just had like a endoscopy and a colonoscopy, and that thing cost $24,000, but the
Wow.
insurance paid for it. So I thank
Yeah.
God, that I did have some health insurance because without it, I would have to pay like 24 G's by myself. So
Yeah.
it's a blessing to be able to do that. But I'm grateful that I'm licensed in many states to be able to have a diverse like portfolio. So I'm not boxed in one region, but I can be able to
Hmm.
help others.
So with having a license in over 20 states, did you have to take a test for each state?
Oh no, the cool thing about insurance is, we have one resident state. So like
Mm-hmm.
my resident state is South Carolina, and all you have to do is apply for your non-resident license, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
So it's only one time you take that test, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
then you just
yeah,
pay the
yeah.
fees to get licensed
Oh,
in the other states.
oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Uh, Yeah, cause see, my mother she used to do life insurance for a while back in the day. She didn't like it too much, because like you said, you gotta be personable. You gotta go in people's houses, see, and she's afraid of dogs. I don't
Oh yeah.
really too much, and when you go in places, you don't know what you're gonna run into yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
that was short lived. So, it say you also serve as a life coach and mentor for women. Can you share more about this profession?
yes. So it's pretty cool to be able to work with women of different backgrounds, just
Hmm.
broken and depressed and suicidal, and helping them achieve their goals. Because I'm a goal oriented person. Like, I can pray and God give me a list. For example, I wrote 49 books. I didn't start off writing those books, but I got them in prayer. So it's so vital to me to be able to cross one thing off the list over and over, and I'm able to help other people achieve those goals. That way they're not sitting idle, because so many times we put things off and we say, we do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. Then tomorrow come, they'll be like,
Hmm.
I'll do it next week. And next week
Yeah.
come, and then a whole year go by and nothing. So I'm helping people produce, fruit. We got to have
Hmm.
fruit, be
Yeah.
fruitful, and be able to, be able to produce what you're talking about, right? Many people say,
Hmm.
I'm this and that, but where's the fruit? Where's the evidence of what you're doing? So I'm helping women, produce. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's one thing to say, I'm going to write a book, but a year went by, but where's the book at? So that's where I come
Right.
in, like, okay, I can help you write your book. It's so easy. It's a gift. So I'm able to help them, like, hold their hand in the system to write the book. I'm able to hold their hand and help them launch their t-shirt business, their beauty business, whatever they want. Amen. I'm able to help them in that aspect. So that's the beautiful thing, just to be able to help people navigate through life, because life could be chaotic.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. It's funny you brought up put things off. I was sitting here folding my clothes um, before we got on, and I've been procrastinating on it. So that's why I had so many to fold. And that word came to my mind, like I need to quit procrastinating. But as far as you helping women, as far as mentoring and everything, like I was talking to somebody yesterday, it's pretty cool that you have people like yourself that's willing to give yourself to others, and because I know it takes a lot of patience when you're dealing with other people, especially when you're dealing with people that's not of the faith. And
Yes.
so, just trying to plant a seed, like the Bible says, sometimes some of us water, some of us plant, but we
Hmm.
don't know, which one we doing. So a lot of times when you come across people in God and put that on your heart and put that in your path, it's pretty cool. We need more people like that to actually, that's just to make a better world, like you say, the fruit, and let it multiply. Everybody on their own thing right now, doing what they do, and
Absolutely.
we see how the world going right now. It's
Yeah.
real chaotic. So appreciate that. Keep doing what you're doing. And
Thank
so you was talking about your book. So let's talk about your writing and the 49 books that you have written. And can you talk to us about this particular book that you just released, The Wounded Leader?
Yes. So remember, I told you in 2014 that I went through
Mm-hmm.
that wilderness experience? It was like crazy. I was depressed and suicidal, but I found writing to be therapeutic. So I actually developed a love for writing. So the fast forward about the book, I remember I had a prophecy. A pastor gave me a word out of the blue. He just
Mm-hmm.
came in my inbox. He said, God's going to use you to minister to wounded leaders or wounded pastors. That's like, cool, me? So I forgot about the word. You know how you hear something,
Yeah.
you put it
Yeah.
on the shelf. And sure enough, maybe like, why did I have to go through this? And I remember that word that the pastor released in my life. Like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So I had people try to take my ministry, talk bad about me. And I know they talk bad about me, but then I had to try my best, because it hurt. It hurt when you love people so much and they kick you to the curb, they use you and abuse you, and you know how they really feel about you, but you can't like, take it to the streets with them. You got to be
Yeah.
loving and
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah.
So I had to pray for those folks. I had to keep this heart right and not lash out on them, but really love them. And it took this is the truth.